Hello traders, Day Trader Matt here, a businesswithtrading.com, doing a market analysis and key level video for the week beginning the 28th of June, Sunday. And this week should be quite interesting. Last week was pretty interesting. Last week we were basically watching this green line here around 2095 and, price did open higher that Monday and move all the way up a little bit over that 2118 level we talked about, and then later on in the week it just sold off pretty strongly. Did not quite get below that yellow line, which was interesting. It got below it, popped right back above. That is supportive. If it gets below it, gets right back above it, that's actually supportive. Nothing in the market is 100%. And talking about certain levels, they're not going to be 100%. They're going to be guidelines. Everything that we do in trading is more or less a guideline. Now, it could be a 98% guideline, or it could be a 23% guideline. It really depends on what you're doing. If you're comfortable with the style that you're using, if you're just experimenting with a lot of different things and you haven't really found a particular style yet, those are factors that would play into, is it big, is it not big? But we did talk about this, and it was big, in my opinion. Price did come below, bounced right back above. So we kept the levels on the chart for last week that we were watching, just so you guys can kind of see that, what we were watching on the outer part of the trade. If it got above this level, or if it got below this level and sustained it, it could have come down here. This was more like if it broke 2095, probably go straight down. It didn't, it held it, and then it did sell back down. So let's get into this week. That's what these levels are for, and these levels are kind of carried over from that, just because if something does happen, that's what we're going to be looking for. So anyway, if it does actually hold and support this 2091 area, then we're going to be watching 2100. And if it does break above that, then we're going to have resistance up here. And it really matters how it moves, where it actually does go and how it does it. Because our resistance is going to be, it's going to start around 2108, but the big resistance is going to be 2110 half upwards to 2118. Above that, and we should see fairly quickly 2131s to 2135s, we're going to call it, just to round up. We should see that area. And there's a possibility of 2153s to 2162s. We're just going to round for simplicity's sake. That's what we're going to be looking for. Most likely this would be the week after this week, if it's going to play out. But if it did just run straight to it, that would actually be quite interesting. That's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking above here, and it hits here. But it probably would be like around Wednesday to Friday to see this. I don't think it's going to go straight up and hit it Monday. It could, and that would be interesting, but I would doubt that would happen. The reason we show I don't know how that was a tongue twister. The reason that we show multiple scenarios is because the market is always changing. It's always evolving. There's always going to be new participants, and there's always going to be some participants that leave. That's what the market is. That's what makes up a market. And because of that, it's always going to be changing. And that's why we always show multiple scenarios. So on the downside, let's talk about this. If it gets below this 91, then we're going to look for this low to be penetrated. But below this, we're also going to look for this target of 84 to 80. or 79.5, however you want to look at it. But give or take half a point, it's kind of normal. So that's the target we're going to be looking for, and below this 80 to 79.5, then perhaps price just sells straight down into this. Most likely, I think that it supports either here or here, and then it moves up above this 2100. And from there, it's really going to be a question of what's happening, what's price doing, and that should make it a really fun trading week for us in the Emini trading room. And that will kind of dictate what's going to happen. Are we going to look for resistance up here and try to sell it? Are we not really sure what's happening? Because sometimes that does happen. Or is it, going to break through and show something else? So that's really the question of the week. And it should really make it a fun week to be able to get in, to watch how price moves, to trade price. So that's what I'm looking for. It should be pretty exciting. Thanks for watching the video. If you have anything to add, any comments on what we talked about today, comment section below. Don't hesitate to use it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask any questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question, only the one not asked. And when I first started out in trading, I probably knew less than any of you watching this video right now. So, ask the question. I don't know everything, but, I can find answers. That's what I'm here for. So, with that, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Have an awesome trading week, and I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.